Now, you may not recognise his name, but you'll probably have heard of some of the things he's done. Ken Medlock has rubbed shoulders with royalty and pop stars and has had the ear of those who run the country.
He's been credited with helping to set up independent local radio, and now at the age of 98, Ken, who comes from Hoylake, has put his whole life story down in a book. It promises to be quite a read. Lindsay Prosser has been to meet him.
Ken Medlock has seen many different things in his 98 years, including 2 world wars, the Great Depression, space travel and sporting history. His parents gave him a secure and loving childhood, which shaped his destiny.
In those days, there was no National Health Service and people supported one another. My mother helped with people when there were childbirths. My father was the one that was who they came to when there were problems. I lived in that atmosphere and I thought that was the natural thing to do.
Like thousands of courting couples, Ken and Edna married just after the outbreak of war in 1939. He then travelled the country for the Cooperative Wholesale Society, overseeing the commissioning of factories.
There were times when Edna wouldn't know when I was coming home or I was not coming home. So I worked very hard indeed. Fortunately, I had quite a strong constitution and it didn't do me any harm.
Ken's done many things with his life. He helped to set up independent local radio, raised thousands of pounds for charity and campaigned to bring the Olympics to Manchester.
In the conclusion of my book, I say I don't claim that I was successful every time. I believe what Winston Churchill said, that success was a man who could go from one failure to the next failure with enthusiasm. That's the finished product, isn't it?
During nearly 73 years of marriage, the world has changed dramatically, but Edna wrote down every word of Ken's book in longhand because his editor couldn't read his writing.
I said I don't need to read the book. I've written it, more or less.
Now, of course, if we turn...
With a new career, Ken says as he approaches 100, he has no intention of slowing down. Lindsay Prosser, BBC North West Tonight, Hoylake.
73 years of marriage, and he isn't slowing down. Apparently he still drives. He'll still drive to London if he needs to. It's great, isn't it?
Unbelievable. And his eldest son is 71, and apparently, Ken, he thinks you should slow down. We do. You'd leave us all standing, not even half your age. Excellent. Well done. Brilliant.